Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting installment of the Real Film Nerds Podcast. We are on episode 140, Zombieland, the sequel, Double Tap. With me, as always, my good buddy, the horror aficionado that drinks way too much pumpkin beer, Mysterious Mike Talent.
Yeah, I do drink way too much pumpkin beer, especially this time of year, man. You know, I like the pumpkin beers, and it's nothing better than drinking a pumpkin beer and watching a terrible horror movie. But that's not this movie.
Well, Mike, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for you to shut up or nut up.
Nice. Very nice.
Perfect, right? That's like 2009.
Yeah, dude, that is like 2009.
All right, Mike, so how was Zombieland? Double Tap.
I really liked it, man. I thought they did a good job of furthering the story without trying to repeat all the exact same stuff that they did in the first movie, while still honoring some of the things they did in the first movie.
I don't know, man. I think it was just more of the same.
Okay.
A lot of it was different, but it was kind of more of the same. There's some cool things that were added in. Like the monster truck part was freaking awesome, and I'm not going to go any farther than saying the monster truck part.
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I don't know. I think I just really liked everybody getting back together, the original cast, and just their next version, or their next iteration of the story. It was really cool to me.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like a lot of the things that they brought into this world, that they kept expanding on the world. The world building is definitely getting bigger, but I kind of wanted to see a little bit more world building. It was nice seeing them get back on the road, because the first, 30, 40 minutes of the movie was them at their new home, which you see in the trailer is the White House.
Yes. It was good to see them on the road, but I kind of like seeing them at their home, because you wanted to see how they've been getting along in this new, in the Z-land, the Zombieland.
Yeah, I like the world building, the finding out where there's more clans of people, more things going on, how people are surviving in this new world, if they're surviving at all. We got a wonderful new character that I really enjoyed quite a bit. She was hilarious. That was Madison.
Yeah, well, I mean, man, I know you loved Walking Dead, and I guess the emphasis is on loved. But, I mean, I think you still like the comic.
Liked the comic because it came to a close. Yeah.
Yeah, it's over, right? The comic is complete.
Yeah, as of right now, yeah, according to Robert Kirkman. Yep. And I don't know, have I even watched the season opener of the new season? I don't know. I haven't recorded. I don't know. Last season was rough, man, on The Walking Dead. It was not great.
Yeah. So I know you love the world building stuff, and that's mostly, I mean, I feel like that's what they do half the time in The Walking Dead. So I don't know. Maybe your predisposition to see that from a zombie horror movie that you enjoy. I don't know.
Maybe. But in The Walking Dead, it's like, especially in the show, I mean, they did it a bit in the comic book, but it's like the same thing over and over. They go, they find some new group of people, they find out they're bad people, they slaughter them, and then they go back about their way. They do it again. It's like rinse and repeat. And I think that's why the show and the comic is struggling, kind of.
Well, sometimes they merge with them. They're like, okay, you guys aren't so bad. Like, we're going to go, take out all the leaders and stuff. And now that you have no choice but to follow us, we're friends.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. The world building was cool in this. It's nice to see other people. It's nice to see the four, and what they're up to and what they're doing. It was interesting seeing them hang out in the White House, but clearly whatever they did in the White House, they have a perimeter locked down pretty hard, so the zombies are no longer a threat. So it's just the four of them screwing around in the White House, wrapping gifts in paintings of former presidents.
Well, dude, I thought you weren't going to give away spoilers, Matt. Come on.
Is that a spoiler?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just a beginning part. They wrap a gift in one of the paintings. So what?
Come on, Matt. That's
That
spoilers,
wasn't
man.
that much of a spoiler.
Giving away stuff, Matt. Matt, giving away. Well, with that, Matt, I need to ask you, what are you drinking right now to review this?
Well, Mike, thanks for asking. I'm drinking a good old-fashioned Dos Equis Amber.
Nice. Very nice.
If you can tell, I just have certain beers that I'm rotating through that are in my fridge. Sorry, I'm not cool like that.
Yeah, no, I understand, man. I happen to have one of those crazy pumpkin beers that I'm drinking, and it has a fun name. It's Gourd's Gone Wild. It's from
IPA Gourd?
No. It's a pumpkin ale, and it is out of Tampa Bay Brewing Company out in Florida.
And it's not an IPA pumpkin ale.
No, it's not an IPA, but it is a pumpkin ale.
Mike, are you becoming weak in your old age?
No, I just really like some pumpkins, man. It's like I wish I could drink a pumpkin pie, and that's what these are.
What if they came out with a turkey beer? Would you drink that?
You know, I would try it, man. I don't know. I like those subs and sandwiches that they make that are like, they're supposed to be like Thanksgiving dinner, where it's like got gravy and cranberry sauce and like potatoes and all this stuff, like all just slammed on a sandwich, and then you eat it. I don't know. So
what about a green bean casserole beer?
that would be different, but I would try it. I would definitely try it. I've tried all kinds of weird ones, man. Peanut butter and jelly, lemon meringue, Key West or Key Lime pie beer. Like, I've had all kinds of weird ones.
Didn't they do like that Jones Soda Company? Didn't they do a bunch of weird ass sodas like that where it was like turkey and gravy and like mashed potatoes, and like you could have like a whole Thanksgiving dinner and it's just like a bottle of soda for like each, food item?
Oh, yeah. I think they did. I know that Jones Soda's experimented with flavors for sure, like a lot.
Yeah, they do some weird shit. All right, Mike. Well, let's see. What else are we going to talk about Zombieland without ruining it? Oh, here we go. Would you say folks need to go watch this in the theaters?
Oh, I would absolutely recommend to go see it in the theater if you're a fan of the first one. This one picks up pretty much right where they left off, and I really enjoyed it. I actually took part in a double feature where I saw the first one and then the second one, so I saw them back to back in the theater, and that was actually a lot of fun. That was the first time I've ever done that, really, to watch multiple movies in one sitting that I paid for.
You've never done a double feature?
No. I've done a lot. Did you notice the last part where he said
yes, that you paid for it? Now, we're not going to go down that road, Mike, because I know you in your, criminal heyday would go from theater to theater until, they discovered you or it was midnight and they stopped showing the movies.
Yeah. I would just roam next theater. I would schedule the movies according to end times to make sure that I could make it to the next movie. So it was very calculated.
Well, but you didn't go and see Planet Terror and the Quentin Tarantino Death Proof. You didn't see that as a double feature?
I did see that as a double feature, but to me, it seemed like they were the same movie and there was just an intermission. So for this, I felt like it's two different movies.
Wait, hold on. Did you come and see... Were you hanging out with me in New Mexico when we saw that?
I don't know. I don't remember where I saw it, but I saw it when it was out because I thought it was... To me, Planet Terror and Death Proof is one movie because I saw it at the theater as one movie. There was just an intermission. But I realize they are separate movies.
But I think I swear, I think it was you. It might have been just my buddy Donovan Quintero, DQ, as I like to call him.
Nice.
I know he went with me, but I think you were also there. I'm not 100% sure. It was when I was in New Mexico, and they had a theater that was, it's probably still there, that was very much like R&M Cinema, those old shitty seats, and it was a triple, and you remember that? Didn't I take you to that theater?
I think you took me to that theater. I just don't remember if that's what we saw.
Well, and they had Planet Terror and Death Proof, and those seats were so uncomfortable, like I couldn't feel my ass for like the next 2 weeks afterwards.
Nice, dude. Nice.
It was terrible. It was terrible. All right, well, Mike, I agree with you. I think people should go see Zombieland in the theaters only if you were a fan of the original and you enjoyed the original, because, as I alluded to earlier, I felt that this was just kind of more of the same. I mean, it's not bad. It's just more of Zombieland, which is cool. A couple things that I'll get into in spoilers that I would like to have seen more of, but some characters that popped in for a bit. I wish I would have elaborated on them a little bit. That would have been nice, but overall, yeah. I mean, you're not going to waste your money on it. It's if you haven't seen the first one and you want to go see this one, don't. Go watch the first one and then maybe go see this one in the theaters or Redbox them both when they come out.
Yeah, or rent it online or whatever, the first one, and then go watch this. I don't know. They both are quite related, so you would be a little bit thrown off if you hadn't seen the first one.
Yeah. So, all right, Mike. Well, let me ask a very important question. The most important question of the entire podcast. It's the reason why we have 4 listeners to this day. Mike, how does Zombieland Double Tap relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
All right, Matt. Well, Zombieland Double Tap relates by the art director, Lauren Abanus, was also the art director on Spider-Man Homecoming, and then was in the art department for Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War.
Nice, that works. Sounds good.
But Matt, you forgot to ask me to do the rundown, so I haven't talked about...
Dude, did I forget to ask you to do the rundown? Yeah. I just jumped right into it.
Yeah. So I'm going to do the rundown real quick.
Okay, fine. Go do the rundown. I'm sorry. I ruined it, Mike. I ruined it. I was thinking too much about wanting to talk about this movie. Maybe I was too excited. I'm sorry.
All right.
Go ahead, Mike. Give us the rundown for Zombieland Double Tap halfway through the podcast.
All right. So the director was Ruben Fletcher. Writers were David Callahan, Brent Reese, and Paul Warnick. It's starring Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, Emma Stone, Abigail Breslin, Zoe Deutsch, and Rosario Dawson. And this movie is about Columbus, Tallahassee, Wichita, and Little Rock move to the American heartland as they face off against evolved zombies, fellow survivors, and the growing pains of a snarky makeshift family.
All right, that'll work. That'll work,
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can spoil it.
Okay, now we can spoil it. We're all out of order, but we're going to spoil it. So, Matt,
maybe,
what
maybe
is
I
the
should
part...
cut this out and put the spoilers first and just screw up everybody.
I wouldn't do that, Matt.
Oh, okay.
The 2 or 3 fans we have might be upset.
We got a solid 4, Mike. We have a solid 4.
Well, I mean, I did get that angry email, so I've been trying to talk about what I'm drinking now.
Okay, Mike. So, or shall I call you Flagstaff?
Yeah, that was funny, man. That was really funny. Like I thought it was really funny that the characters Albuquerque and Flagstaff, and I was like, what, are they just driving down I-40? Like,
yeah, I guess.
I thought that was really funny, the characters, because they were very similar to Columbus and Tallahassee.
Well, okay, since we're in spoilers, I can say it now. I would have liked to have seen more of them.
Yeah. Mags, my wife, was also saying the same thing, that she would have liked to seen them a little bit longer before. Let's just say before happened whatever happened.
I mean, they were billed in the trailer. They have top billing when the credits are rolling with another Metallica song. Woo! Master of Puppets all the way.
Yeah. No, that was cool.
So, I mean, they had top billing, and they're literally in the movie for 10 minutes or less.
Yeah. No, you're right, man. I don't know. I did like, not to jump too much, but so the first movie utilized a lot of slow motion, and this movie didn't utilize it, just utilized it in the opening scene, and I thought that was good. I thought if they would have done a lot of slow motion like the second one, it would have been like really trying to copy the first one, which they weren't trying to do, or I didn't think they were trying to do that much. I thought they were just trying to expand the story and stuff.
Yeah, no, I applaud them for that, and I'm glad they did the intro the way they did it, because basically the intro of this movie is the trailer, which was really unique.
Yeah.
And so they really don't give hardly anything away other than Luke Wilson and Thomas Middleditch being in it, and Rosario Dawson in there for a little bit. Other than that, it's pretty much the intro is the trailer of this movie, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Man, I felt like I wasn't my nerd skills were like lacking, because I didn't know the ring that Columbus tries to give Wichita. I don't know what ring that is.
The Hope
you
Diamond?
know? Yeah, do you know? I don't know, man.
That's not really a nerd thing. Yeah, it's just one of the most expensive, diamonds in the world. That's all.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I was like, I figure it's probably important, because like everything they're messing with in the White House is probably important. I don't know. I did enjoy Tallahassee's armored limo, like the limo, like he put the machine gun, or maybe you're just tweaking it. I don't know.
No, he was putting a minigun on the Beast. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was awesome. Like, I thought that was fun.
And he kept the name the Beast, because that's what they refer to the bulletproof limousines that Barack Obama actually had. Because you got to remember, this movie is supposed to take place. It's 10 years after 2009, because it's supposed to be 10 years. The second movie, but the president back then was Barack Obama when 2009 came out, and when the zombie apocalypse would have happened. And so it would have been Barack Obama's Beast that he outfitted with the minigun. And of course he has the, Dale Earnhardt number 3 on the side.
Oh yeah, no, that was great.
And I mean, seriously, that is like the perfect zombie car with the minigun on it and everything, because the damn thing's bulletproof to begin with. And it's not a normal car. It's built on like a Ford F-350 or 450 or Chevy 450 chassis or whatever. I mean, it's a monster. It is not a car.
Well, it's got to be a monster, man. All that stuff weighs a lot.
Yeah, all that bulletproof armor on there. Oh, yeah. I mean, but that was like the perfect zombie car until I saw the monster truck.
Oh, okay. Now, Matt, without talking too much about the monster truck, what did you think of like the hippie combine or whatever they went to? I thought that was fun. Yeah, the commune was like, it was way different.
It was unique. It was cool. It was an interesting concept. But I was like, there's no way in hell they would have lasted this long without getting eaten by someone or something. And of course, it just so happens, definitely spoilers. It just so happens when our team of 4 show up. It's just, especially if they're shooting off fireworks every night and shit. I don't know. Maybe that was just a special night or something, but.
Yeah. Like when they're shooting off fireworks and then the zombie horde comes, I was like, well, this feels a lot like Walking Dead, but that's okay. Like, I was like, man, it's fine. Like, you know how I don't suspend disbelief? I do for this movie. And I was just like...
just not Ad Astra.
No, not Ad Astra. So I enjoyed this. I don't know. And I guess it's a lot of your mood, but I enjoy just seeing all these characters, again, because the first one was surprisingly hilarious and I think really underrated. And I hope this does well in the box office. I guess so far for Friday, it took in $10.5 million, which is pretty good. But I guess the new Disney movie, what is it? Maleficent or whatever, something.
Yeah, the Maleficent sequel.
Maleficent sequel movie brought in $12.5 million. So they're running second, at least right now. Well, and then it's also got to fight off Joker, which is still doing really well.
Yeah, and Maleficent, I think, is getting shredded by the critics. But that doesn't stop anyone. Lion King got shredded by the critics, and it still made $1 bajillion.
Yeah. Oh, Matt, not to really... Well, sure, why not? Let's just jump off topic. Star Wars tickets go on sale on Monday for anybody who listens that's a Star Wars fan.
What's the new trailer?
Yeah.
You forgot the part about the new trailer's finally coming. The final trailer. Because we haven't really had a decent trailer for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. And a lot of people, especially super nerds like me, are not happy about that.
Well, the last one, man, I didn't really like the weird, kind of going through the entire montage of all the movies. Like, it's kind of cool, but at the same time, I don't know.
It wasn't a trailer. It was a refresher. Hey, look, you know these 8 movies that you really like? Well, here's another one. Yes, we know. Show us what's coming.
Yeah. So, us seeing movies every week, I was just telling the people that went and saw Double Tap with, I knew all the trailers that were playing on Double Tap before they even really played because I go watch a movie every single weekend. I see all the trailers like 45 times. So
I had some new ones on mine, but there was a couple of new horror movies that are coming down the road in like January and February. I don't remember what they were, but
something for January I think I saw, and I was like, oh, that might do okay. But
I don't know.
Yeah. I've seen so many of these movies, man. It's crazy.
So, the monster truck was freaking awesome. That was the coolest part of the whole freaking movie. When Rosario Dawson jumps over the wall and just starts wiping those fucking things out was great.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a cool scene.
And I'm glad they did it somewhat accurately because, the monster trucks really do have the 4-wheel steering.
Yeah, no, I saw the 4-wheel steering. I have seen a monster truck show here where I live a couple times. So,
are you turning into a redneck, Mike? You move away from Arizona and now you turn into a redneck? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, I mean, are there rednecks in Arizona? I don't know. I feel like there's rednecks everywhere. They're well represented.
Dude, Chino Valley was voted the redneck capital of the U.S.
Really?
They got stickers made for that shit. It's one of a good buddy of the show podcast, Mr. Mile High Show, Matt Santos, has a whole bit in his stand-up comedy routine about Chino Valley being proud to be the redneck capital of the U.S.
Wow. Okay. That's cool. One of these days I got to see Mr. Mile High Show's stand-up. I think that would be interesting.
Well, speaking of coming to Arizona, Mike, what are you doing next week? We are actually going to record a podcast in the same room. It's going to be wild.
It is going to be wild. Oh, man. I don't know how it's going to go. I think it's going to be fun.
I don't even remember what you look like.
Yeah. I was thinking we'd do this weird horror movie, Matt, called The Lighthouse. But I don't know. What are we doing next week?
I don't know, man. I haven't looked. What's coming out next week?
I don't know, man.
Well, Mike, you're falling down on my job, I think.
Okay, I'm working on it. Hold on.
Oh,
just
dude, Jojo Rabbit's out. I don't know if we got that in the theaters here, though.
No. Well, I mean, I didn't get him. And I was hoping it would come out. But
I want to see that movie. That movie looks great. Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I want to see that too, but we definitely didn't get that. I don't know. See, this is not good. We're now gonna have Dead Space, Mike. I'm gonna have to edit this all out.
Oh, sorry.
Damn it, Mike.
The current war, I guess. That looks cool about Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison.
But it's from 2017. It's just a director's cut.
No, it's never been released though. Like, I know it says director's cut, but it was never released, like, I think, ever. So I don't know, man. We can see. We'll figure it out. If we want to start a bunch of Girl on the Third Floor. If we want to talk about controversial things, we could watch the movie Black and Blue.
Again, I don't know if we got that.
And then there's some horror movie called Countdown. Basically looks like The Ring, except it's a cell phone that runs an app, and then when it hits 0.
Can't trust those apps, man. I still want to see Jojo Rabbit. I really want to see that, but I don't know if it's going to come.
I want to see Jojo Rabbit. Yeah, and I want to see that Parasite movie you keep talking about, Matt. It's making bank, but it's in like 4 theaters.
I know. We might have to just go and watch one at Scottsdale. We could do that. Scottsdale Fashion Mall. The Harkins at Scottsdale Fashion Mall is the independent theater. That's the one that gets all the smaller movies, like all of them. That's where I went and saw that Laurel and Hardy movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just in Scottsdale. So, well, all right, Mike.
So I guess we can't tease what we're going to watch because we don't know yet. But we're going to watch something cool.
I want Jojo Rabbit, man. I want to do Jojo Rabbit, but I don't want to type and I don't want to look. And anyways, it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. It'll be something. It'll be something fun. The real question is what are we going to do for the next Harvest Horror Fest after the one that you're going to tease right now?
After the one I'm going to tease right now?
Yeah. What's the next Harvest Horror Fest we're doing, Michael?
Oh,
what's the one that you haven't watched yet? Ever.
Oh, we need to watch. Oh man, The Thing.
Well, no, damn it, Mike.
The clowns, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes. Why have you not seen that movie yet?
I don't know, man. I think I've almost seen it. I don't know why I haven't seen it.
Mike, I'm disappointed in you. Almost seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Well, I think it was on Sci-Fi or something because it has quite the following. But now that we can stream it on Prime, I'm going to watch that very soon. And I can't wait to talk to everybody about it because I imagine that this is going to be my Tusk
of the year. Yeah, it's your Tusk of the Harvest Horror Fest. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, and man, I might have a really hard time finding somebody who worked in MCU for Killer Clowns, but we're going to find out.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be real hard. Real hard. All right, Mike. So anything else you want to add about Zombieland Double Tap?
If you like the first one, go watch the second one. If you're a fan of zombie movies, you'd probably like this, although you would be a little bit behind on the story. So,
yeah, well,
that's all I got.
If you're a fan of zombies, I'm pretty sure you've seen the first one because it is called Zombieland. And that's one thing I did like about the first one, how they ended it literally in like a theme park to give you that little land part.
Yeah, no, that was cool.
This one, not so much, but they did have a fun, interesting ending with Woody Harrelson. So that was cool. No Twinkies, though. I was kind of disappointed. No Twinkies, but
no Twinkies.
Find out how long the shelf life really is on those suckers.
Yes.
All right, Mike. So how many reels do you give Zombieland Double Tap?
I'm giving it 4 out of 5 reels.
4
I had a great time.
out of 5. Wow. How is this possible, Mike? How is this possible?
I just had a great time, man. I mean, there's no way that you have a higher than... Do you have 4?
No. 3.5.
How is this possible?
I was almost going to give it a 3 because, I mean, I enjoyed it. I had fun, but it didn't do anything new and special other than the cool monster truck and Babylon and Rosario Dawson. And, well, all right, fine. That's some cool stuff then. And the Beast and the minivan part. The minivan part was hilarious. Does that
Yeah,
minivan?
dude, yeah, the minivan part. We didn't even really talk about how every time Woody Harrelson couldn't handle it, and then at the end when they get to Babylon, hilarious.
Yeah. Well, but did you recognize that minivan, that style of minivan? Did it look familiar, Mike?
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. I know a certain somebody used to roll around in one of those.
Only when I got a special and I stole it, or when I was driving back from Texas and it threw a rot, and my dad started screaming at the top of his lungs, "What the fuck did you hit? What did you hit? Why are you such a bad driver?" That was wonderful. When it literally threw a rod so hard it hit the pavement and went back up through the engine block.
Well, Matt, I mean, when you have 400,000 miles on the engine.
No, I don't even think it had that much, that many miles. My dad admitted what he screwed up on that, and let's just say he hasn't made that mistake again.
All right.
Do you know what that mistake is, Mike?
Oil?
Yes, he overextended his oil changes by a lot, multiple times in that car. By a lot. So he got to buy a new engine. This was before the land of cell phones that we live in now. God, how old was I? I was driving, so I don't know if I was licensed driving or if I was just
like
permit
99,
driving.
dude, or 98.
No, it was older than that, because I'm not sure if I was a licensed driver or I was just permit driving. But because I don't remember my younger sister ever driving. I think it was just me. So it might have been like 96, 97.
Oh, man.
So no, cell phones, no. I remember in the middle of nowhere, I got to hang out at a gas station for many hours. I read an entire book when I was hanging out in the gas station. Good times. Good times.
Nice.
Texas is a big frickin' state.
Simple times back then, man. Simple.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it was fun trying to wave a car down every 2 hours when one would drive by. Anyways, all right, Mike. Well, next week, well, not next week, next podcast is a good old-fashioned Harvest Horror Fest of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, 1988.
Yes, I'm excited to watch it for the first time. It's going to be fun.
I just can't believe you haven't seen it, Mike.
I know. I'm a bad film nerd.
It's a cult classic, and you've seen everything. Like everybody says, I've seen everything. I have not seen everything. You've literally seen everything.
Well, I've seen a lot of stuff. I haven't seen that.
All right. Well, tune in on Thursday. We're going to talk about that one, and hopefully by Thursday we'll figure out what we're going to see next week, and we'll let you know then. And don't forget to tune in on Mondays when I chat with Lisa Live about whatever movie we decide to see. Probably Jojo Rabbit, I'm hoping. We'll see. I don't know. So I don't have anything else, Mike. How about yourself?
No, man, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks everybody for listening, and make sure you follow us on all the socials, the Facebook, the Twitters, the Instagrams, I don't know, Snapchat, whatever.
No, you had it right. It's Snapdick.
All right. Yeah. So, thanks for listening, everybody. Catch you on the next pod.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.
Hi, Matty Cakes.
Dude, that's a terrible nickname. Max needs to stop it. Unless you're naming your firstborn Matty Cakes. Then I'll allow it.